gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. The 2017 Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series getting underway tonight. You know, Speed Weeks are here, finally. Hopefully this year I'm going to do previews to all the Cup Series races. I'm going to try to do This Week in NASCAR and go over results from the NASCAR, the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series, the NASCAR Xfinity Series, the NASCAR Cayman World Truck Series, and the NASCAR K&N Series, East and West, and maybe the NASCAR Wheel and Modified Series, like top 5 and stuff, and as the season goes on, championship run. Just an idea. I may or may not be able to do that every week. This video is about how in NASCAR over the past 5 years, that's going back 5 years, we see an uncompetitive balance between the super teams and everyone else. I knew it was that way. I knew you got your super teams. You got the Joe Gibbs Racing, Hendrick Motorsports, Stewart-Haas Racing, Team Penske. Then you have other teams like Furniture Row Motorsports, Front Row Motorsports, Richard Petty Motorsports, Roush Racing, Richard Childress Racing. I didn't realize when it came to victories where the line was. So in 5 years, 2012 to 2016, 180 races in the NASCAR and Monster Energy Cup Series. 24 different people have won races. 12 teams have won 108 in the last 180 races. The top 4 teams on this list have won 78% of the races. 141 out of 180. And those 4 teams are Hendrick Motorsports with 46, Joe Gibbs Racing with 40, Team Penske with 32, Stewart-Haas with 23. That represents 78% of the winners in the last 5 years. Ross Fenway's won 10 races. Well, that most of that was with Carl Edwards and Matt Kenseth, who both have left. Chip Ganassi's won 9. 8 of those were with who were those with? McMurray, I believe, and then Kyle Larson won 1. You got listen down here. Anyway, and then Chip Ganassi, Earnhardt Ganassi Racing's won 9. Furniture Row's won 5. Those are the last year or two, and they're going to win more with Martin Truex and Eric Jones. Richard Childress has won 5. 4 of those were with Kevin Harvick, if not all 5 of them. Michael Waltrip Racing is no longer in business, had 5 wins. Richard Petty Motorsports 2, Front Row Motorsports 2, and then JTG Doherty with 1. The 25 drivers that have won in that time, Jimmy Johnson has won 25. It's in 5 years. Matt Kenseth 17, Kevin Harvick 17, Brian Keselowski 17, Joey Logano 16, Kyle Busch 15, Denny Hamlin 12, retired Carl Edwards 9, Dale Earnhardt 8, retired Jeff Gordon 8, Martin Truex 6, Casey King 5, retired Tony Stewart 4, Kyle Busch 4, Clint Boyer 3, semi-retired Greg Biffle 3, Ryan Newman 2, Kyle Larson, Chris Buescher, Jamie McMurray, David Reagan, Marcus Ambrose, Eric Almirola, AJ Allmendinger, and Brian Vickers. 1. That's it in the last 5 years. The super teams are here. Everyone else is here. I don't see in 2017 that changing. You got Jimmy Johnson. Hopefully Dale Earnhardt bounces back. Those would be the 2 top winners for Hendrick Motorsports. Hopefully Chase Elliott, Joe Gibbs. You've got all 4 teams that can win. Obviously the rookie Daniel what is his name? Daniel Salas, whatever. I forget how you pronounce that. I don't have it in front of me. I can't. Anyway, 2015 or 2016 Xfinity Series champion. He can win races. You got Matt Kenseth, you got Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch, all winning races. Team Penske, Joe Logano, Brett Keselowski, they're going to win. Stewart-Haas, you got Kevin Harvick, Clint Boyer. I think he'll win it at 14 this year. What this just gets at is you have some changes in the guard this year. You have great teams that'll get greater and mediocre teams that won't. And not saying that NASCAR can do anything about that, but we'll see what turns out. So I think every race, for the most part, will be 78% of the races will be won by 4 teams, 4 car owners. So that wraps up Robert Sports Show. This NASCAR topic video. As of the filming, I'm not 100%. NASCAR the past 5 years, maybe whatever you want to call it. So make sure you check them all out. Check out the Kyle Busch video, and I'll try to get previews of all the NASCAR races up this year. So as always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show, and don't just have a great night. Have a spiffy night. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.